Good afternoon everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called the Flower Patch, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome back guys. Again, it's great to be back, and thank you so much for all your wonderful messages that I received, and I loved answering them back. It felt really like a family, really. Today we're going to do something where I've gone into my scraps bucket, or what should I say, my leftover buckets. What I've got left over from projects that I did that I haven't used or put back in my buckets because they're sort of like oddments, and we're going to see if we can create something with them. I've pulled out things that I color coordinated and thought they would go nice together. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to do it on a 14-inch grapevine wreath. I'm going to try and see if I can do a full wreath, a 360 wreath, and if I haven't got enough, then I will go and get some more bits from my bucket. I have you may see I've got Benji here, but I will show you once I bring the camera down. Again, I'm looking after Benji, my friend's dog, while his son, who also lived at my friend's house, has gone to work and has asked me if I would take care of him. And because I love Benji, I am more than honoured to have him with me. He was a bit unsure, with it being not being his home, so he wouldn't settle as I've had him on the floor. He just wanted to see what I was doing and kept jumping on my legs, so I've had to bring a blanket on top of my workbench in the corner so he can see what I'm doing, and he seems to have calmed down. So first of all, again, we're doing it on a 14-inch grapevine wreath. And again, I've not put bands around everything here. Some of them are loose. It's just what I've grabbed out of the bucket, and hopefully we can make something nice. So I've got these were still on a band, what are left, the euphorbia, what are left from a project, some leftovers. So I thought we could incorporate those. I've also got some hops, what I placed on picks and didn't use them all, so I put them in my leftovers bucket, so I want to also add those. Now I've got some eucalyptus and some sage leaves that are on picks. That was also, just randomly floating around in the bucket. There may be some more, but I've just grabbed what I could see. Again, where I place them on single picks and not use them all. So we've got some of those. And this is a great way to empty your leftover bucket to make something really, pretty. I've got some small leftovers from my ficus. So I decided, let's get some ficus again. I do like this as a background foliage. And I found in the leftover bucket 6 pieces of, I think 6 pieces of, where I broke up the mixed foliage bunch, what was on paperback, and didn't use it all. And I just again place these in my leftover buckets. So having 6, that will help fill around the wreath as well. I've also got this, I forgot what it's called. I'm sure my friend Linda will remind me. So I've got some leftovers here, and I thought let's add those in. They're beautiful. I don't know where else I can get those from. Oh gosh. Now yesterday when I was using the shakibi spray. What I forgot, what I couldn't remember the name of the leaf. Shakibi leaf. In the bucket again, I found some on picks, single leaves I placed on picks to use as just placing around in and around the arrangement, but didn't use them all. And just a few, probably 3 I think, of just some smaller ones that I chopped as well. So I thought they would be good as filler foliage, and you know, maybe dot these around also. I did find 2 pieces of salal as well, just on their own. I thought, well, I'll incorporate those again. It's a great thing to, you know, get rid of some of your leftovers. I've also got some what we used yesterday, some erignium. I don't know how many pieces I found. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 I can see at the moment. There may be more. I keep finding the shakibi leaves. But we've got those. So I thought let's add perhaps those in for a different texture. And then we've got some, what I found, I can remember using these on an arrangement, these little seeds that I could dot around as well for more texture. And there was quite a bit of foliage actually, if I'm being quite honest. Let's get the foliage, if I can just grab them. So I've got some of this spiky fern that I love this. You can get it in this light green or a dark green. So I've got about 6 stems of those. And then I've got some of these ferns, what I also used yesterday, what I cut down as I was using them, and didn't use them all. So I thought we could use these also for our movement. And I got some cosmos, and I cut the leaves off. And I can remember I placed these on single stems, single picks, and in white. And I can remember when I placed also the foliage, you know, on single picks as well, to dot around to give that different texture around the wreath and not just with the floral. So I found a few of those. Again, there may be some more in the bucket, but I thought let's use those as well. So I've got plenty of leftovers. I did find just one of these. Now, I'm not sure. I think it came from the magnolias. And there's one of the, like a bud, not quite open. It is hard plastic, to be quite honest, and quite heavy and weighty. But I thought I may just add that in. And I also found 3 pink foxtail, and where I cut them off the long stem to place in, and I never used them in the end. I can remember cutting them because you get 3 on a stem like that, and I never used them. So I just placed them because I cut them down in my leftover bucket. So we're going to try those as well. And then also I've got, as you can see, I've been chopping at this, where you can see here in the centre, and I'm left with 3 roses. So I thought, let's use those up. Let's get those in. Aren't they beautiful? Really, really pretty. And then I also found these lovely dahlias in there. I've got 2 and one with a bud. And again, I've been chopping at the ones here. So I thought we may incorporate those also. And finally, some of our wild bellflower, some oddments. Some leftovers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6. Everything seems to be in 6. So, but I thought, well, we can add that. They are absolutely, you know, outstandingly beautiful. I love these. So that is everything out, well, not everything, but things out of my leftover bucket. Instead of putting them back in, you know, on the shelf, I place them in a leftover bucket for me to perhaps, you know, if I need something, an oddment or something, or, you know, filler foliage, I just go and look through the bucket and see what I have instead of chopping onto, you know, into a new stem. So that's what we've got today, guys, and that's what we're gonna do. I've already done my hook on the wreath. I don't know about a ribbon. I'm not quite sure. Perhaps today I don't want to do one. We'll see as we go along, and see how we get on with everything that we've got. So I'm going to bring the camera down so we can crack on. So as you can see, there's Benji looking at us now. Look, because he's heard his name Benji, he turns his head. He's a lovely little dog. So he just wanted to sit up above and watch. So let's bring it down. So we're going to do it there. He didn't want to be sat on the floor on his blanket. So, and if anybody's worrying about Benji, you know, people may be allergic to dogs if I do anything. I do spray all my flowers, wreaths, any arrangement I do with antibacterial spray to start with, to kill off any germs or dust or anything like that. Once that's dried, I do then spray UV protection on it, and once that has dried, I spray on essence oil to give the arrangement a beautiful smell. So we're going to start with our ficus. So let's see how many we've got. And this will be just, I don't know what the sizes are like in here, guys, if they're all relatively the same. But we're going to work with what we've got. That's part of the challenge, to see how we will get on. So I'm going to just place this in here, and we're going to go, I'm going to try and see if I can go all the way around today, because I do tend to do a lot of half wreaths or crescent shaped wreaths or moon wreaths, whichever you want to call it. So we're going to do a full one. So I'm just bringing them in. I'm going to placing them in a zigzag position, one in, one out, one in, and so on. And you can manipulate them. And fingers crossed that we've got enough. And I'm just following the pattern of the wreath. Today I'm just going to go around. There's no, because I'm not doing a crescent one, I'm not going, you know, how I do with the 9 o'clock, 6 till 9, place your stems upwards, and 9 till 12, place your stems facing downwards. I am just following the actual pattern of our wreath. Let me just see. No, it's not gone through. That's good. And I want to try and use them all up. So luckily I've got enough, guys. I can see I've got enough. Just so that's good. So then I've used all of them up. I've got 2 left that I'm going to bring one under here. Like so. If you feel, I mean, this one's a little one. Let me just take that piece off. So if you feel, just look up where you think, and I think one's needed there. So I'll put this last one on here. So as you saw, I just followed the pattern of the wreath all the way round. Let's bring some of them slightly a little bit more in. Like that. So that's that one. Because I've got 6 of these, and these will help fill it up even more. So first of all, before I do that, let's have a look. Let's have a look through things. We've got our fern. I should have put bands around them really. But never mind, never mind. We'll work with it and we'll get things looking pretty. So let's get our fern in. So how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so now I've got 5 of these. I'm going to place 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So I'm going to space those out evenly. Think of it like the face of a clock for you new beginners. If you're, you know, slightly a little bit unsure concerning placement, just think of it as the face of the clock. And one at 8 o'clock. One at 4. And then one at 2. I think that one's supposed to go that way. I think I placed that one in the wrong way. That's better. So now we have those ones in, and how many of these? Right, we've only got 4 of these, what I can see. So let's just cut those. So now with these ones, because I've only got 4, I'll place 1 there at around 11 o'clock. Oops, a daisy. Excuse me. 1 at around 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, sorry. Or should I say, as you're looking at it, it would be 7 o'clock. and then one at around 5 o'clock. And then one at about 1 o'clock. So we've got those 4 in as well. Oh no, I've got 2 more. I've just seen 2 more. So we can place one at 9 o'clock and at 3 o'clock. Oh my goodness. That was a good spot. So we'll place one around 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Like so. That was lucky of me to spot it. What other foliage do we have? Oh, we have our eucalyptus. If I can grab, and our sage leaves as well. So I'm going to cut the eucalyptus all at the same size. I'm going to start just here on the inside slightly, bring some of that lovely colour, the grey colour from the eucalyptus. Let's just go around, fill in with all our foliage. And I'm lifting it slightly up as well. Let me check, I think that went through. I can't see. No, it's no. So I'm lifting them slightly up to give them that, you know, volume. I don't want them flat, unless you're doing something flat. So again, I'm just going all the way around. Mixing them in with the other foliage. Just something, you know, doing it again with your leftovers from other stems. Is a brilliant way. That's why I say never throw anything away, because you, with all your leftovers that you may have, you could make an absolutely stunning wreath or arrangement, whichever you know wish to do. I've got one left. Let's have a look. Just lift up if you see. I think if something's crying out around here. And plus it saves you on money, having to buy more stems when you've got all of that. So as you can see, isn't that looking great already? Nice and full. So we've got now our sage leaves. How many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So with these, I'm going to bring these slightly on the bottom. We're going to need something along the bottom as well. So I'm going to cut these all as well at the same height or length. Isn't Benji good? Isn't he quiet? He's a super little dog. Let me just put a bit more glue on that. He's more than happy to just sit there and probably go to sleep. He just likes the attention, bless him. And he misses that from his friend. I mean, Benji isn't, I mean, my friend who's just passed away, that's not his dog, it's his son's dog. And his son lived or still lives at that house that my friend passed away, which is obviously only across the road. And because he has to work, I can't not have, you know, like the thought of Benji being by himself. Because my friend was usually in, so he always had company, so it wouldn't be right. And I know he's a good boy anyway, so. Again, I'm just going around the outer side on these and placing these just with some of them under the ficus. And even though I'm a professional trained florist and I like to work in odd numbers, you can't, when you've got scraps or leftovers and they're an even number, you just have to work with it, guys. You know, they still, I've always said, some people will, you know, work in even numbers and they still look stunning. So that's part of the challenge, I say. Let's place one. Got one left. I don't want it to look too odd. Here, there's a bigger gap here. So we'll place that one in there, like so. So we've got now our sage leaves in as well. So that looks, you know, really pretty. And our eucalyptus also in. So we're going to now, I think I've just dropped one here. We're going to now place in our mixed foliage bunch. And I'm going to go with these on the top. So let's get these in. And I've got 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. We definitely need one on the top. Push that one in, and again these are wired so you can spread them around, manipulate them in any way. And if you're wondering, I got these from Wilco's. Again, they are quite expensive, but they're beautiful. So what I'm going to do is, because I've done one at the top, I'm going to go directly opposite and place one at the bottom. And again, you can manipulate your leaves to go in any direction to fill that space if you feel that there's a little bit of space. You can extend it or have it, you know, shorter. So then we'll go up here at 9 o'clock. I can get it in as well. And the one at 3 o'clock. So with these, I am placing them in a certain position. I've got 2 left. So we're going to go there. We could go there. I'm going to go here. I will fluff it up or have a look at it once I turn it around towards myself. Let's just have a look. Oops, one of the flowers have come off. I can't see where that's from. There. Oh, I can't get that back on. So I'll cut that little piece off. I tend to like to lift the leaves slightly up and move them into a direction to sort of like fill in any space. Excuse me. So that's what we have at the moment. Isn't that pretty? So let's see what else we have. I think I need to separate the floral from the foliage. Let me just sort through these so I can keep them together. I don't like having to, you know, go through and find things. Even though I know what I've fetched out, I just like them all placed in. Let's see, I've got the hot, oh, I've still got this. Oh, and I've got this. And I've got the hops as well. Well, hang on to the hops. I may place those around the side along with the euphorbia. What I'm going to do is get in these foxtail. So I'm going to place those in, and I'm going to, where the hook is, I want it right up here. I can get it in. There we go. I don't want it sticking out too far. I want to sort of like keep that foxtail slightly in. They do bend. So I just want it mixed in within the foliage. And the other one, because I've only got 3, I would place down here and then one here. So one at 7 o'clock and one at 5 o'clock to form that triangle. So let me just turn it around so I can get those in and see which position. Yeah, it should have to be like that. Again, I want them mixed in with our foliage. Benji can hear Maisie, who I tend to go and take a walk, me and my neighbour with her dog Maisie. And Benji can hear her barking. He's just lifted his head. Bless him. He'll be okay. So we've got those now placed in like so. Here, here and here. I've obviously got 3 roses and 2 of the dahlias. So, and then I've got a bud. So let me chop the roses. Put those in there. I'm keeping the foliage on with the roses as well because that will act as more filler foliage. With the leaves on them being push-ups, you can, you know, bring them down as far as you want. Once I cut the stem, I may bring them down to the bottom to cover some of the grapevine. So because I've got 3 of these, I'm going to go in between the foxtail. So I'll bring the foliage slightly down so it's covering some of the grapevine. That. And do the same on that one. Makes a good filler foliage. And then we'll bring one right to the bottom in between here. As well. So that's where we have that as well. So now with the dahlias, see, I don't know whether I need them with me having just 2. I could just see, we'll just hang back because we've got these, and then we've also got these, so we may not need the dahlias. So let's get in some of our cosmos. Do we need these around the sides? Or do we have the bellflower around? No, the bellflower on top. So we'll have the cosmos around the sides. Let's just 3 buds. I may save those from the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So let's just cut these slightly. And then like that. And then we'll stick these in and around the side. just so it gives, you know, you're taking your floral around the edge, you're not just having your floral on top, unless that's a design, you know, that you'd like to do with your floral. That's fine. I can hear things that my wreath's catching and dropping on the floor. Something else has dropped on the floor. How clumsy of me. Let's just go, and I've got a feeling it's another cosmos. Yes, cosmos seeds and a rigneum. Let's just see if you can see majority of it yet. And then the other one. There. So we've got our cosmos around the side. I'm going to just, I've got 3 pieces. What is it? I'm going to put some shakibi leaves in just on the inside as well, while I can see just a few little gaps. Bring one there. Because I've only got 3, I will do them in the triangular position. Oops, daisy, wrong area. Like so. What's up, Benji Boo? Yeah, what's up, Benji Boo? Yeah, you want a treat? Want a biscuit? There you go. Auntie Iris has bought you some biscuits. What's them? There you go. Good boy. So with the bellflower, let's bring these on top. Was that nice? I'm gonna, where's those little 3 dahlias? Where's that 3rd dahlia? Benji Boo. Oh, no, I thought that was it then. Well, well, well. Here we go. Here we go again. Look, oh, it's here, look. Before I carry on, I'm going to place these in. And I'm going to just add a little bit of the cosmos, sorry, not dahlias. Just a little bit of the cosmos buds in as well. And just stick them up. So I've done that, brought that up, just bring a bit of the foliage back up and bend it upwards, like so. So now with these bellflowers, aren't they pretty? Let's have a look. Because you can't, well, you could split them singular. Oh, we've got 6 Benji. So what we're going to do with those, we're going to bring these up here as well. Add a bit of pink up here. With just sticking out loose, you know, giving that lovely movement and height. If I do 3 and then place 3 around the outer side. And do it like that. It's very windy today, guys. Very windy and showery. So we've got those there. So the others in between of where I've placed them on the outer side, I will put these. Bring a bit of this colour also around the outside. So I've got one there and one there. So I'll bring this here. I'll do the same. Daisy. One here. And then one on the outer side here. Oops, a daisy. I've got glue all over my Benji. So we've got those in do I use the two dahlias? Let's see how big they look. Oh, not dahlias. Yeah, because there needs something here. So I'm going to cut these down. I can use the foliage as well. Go and lie on your bed. Don't come over here. I don't want you falling. I know. You want to sit on my knee. But I can't allow it. Not just yet. So stay there. So I can use these foliage and place them on picks again and add more filler foliage in. But I think I need something here. Or is it, I need something here and maybe here. Again, you have to try and make something of what you have. Again, you may not have the same amount, you know, the amount that you need. So you just cut that, place that in. It's very stiff, this. Oh, that's got the tag on it. Let me just take the tag off, guys. There we have it. Right, that's leaning the wrong way, so let's pull it out and turn it around. It doesn't want to bend. So we'll, oh, it's so strong. point where I may have to cut it really short. Well, let's do it with that one because it's moving over. It's extremely strong. It's like it's got no, the wire isn't in. It's just like a full plastic. Let's do the same with that one, guys. Let's take the glue off the grapevine as well and cut this one shorter. There we have it. So we've got those in. Again, we can use those, we can leave them as they are on the stem. I just tidy it up and cut. We can easily place those in. So let's do that. Again, try to use every little bit because you may not. Oh, one moment, guys. I can't get that to go in. Because you may not have enough filler foliage or anything like that in your leftovers. So things like this that you cut off from the actual flower, use as your filler foliage. And plus it adds a little bit more interest. We've got one here as well. Let's just tidy this stem up. Place that one there as well. I've got, again, we've got the same here. Because I've placed one there, I'm going to place two there. And because I've got these left over, where I've cut the flowers off, I'm going to incorporate those in as well. Just two. So, and I can use these, the rest of them in another project. They won't, you know, you don't need to just throw them now. Just fill it up. Let's get the glue. What did I do with that one? Oh, it's here. So that's what we have so far. Again, I've got no more floral. I'm going to place in some of these erygnium. Or sea holly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've put 3 on the inside and 3 on the outside. Oops, I've just caught the leaf twice. And then have the 3 where I've placed that one and that one, have them on the outside around here in between. So we'll do that. One. So one around here. And the other one we'll place around here. So that's in there like so. Oh, I found another one of these. What I need, let's place that in. So that's all of our erinium in, or thistle in at the moment. I've got now seeds that I'd like to place in. I've got like some of the grasses from the bellflower. I could use those. I've got a couple here. I could place these on their own pick. So 1, 2. Again, I'm using every resource of what has come with the flower or the foliage, and just, you know, utilizing every little thing I can, because again, these are my leftovers. So if you can utilize them, fabulous. I may bring those, yeah. Oh, I had a friend say to me it looked like it was a bit too much for me, doing with the glue pan being on the opposite side. Oh, it's not, Audrey. Before I started doing the YouTube videos, I used to work with the glue pan on this side anyway. But then when I started doing the YouTube channels, I had to change sides. That was awkward for me then, because it was dipping the glue with my left hand, and I'm not left-handed. So that was awkward, but I did get used to it. So it's like going, you know, as they say, back in old times, using the hand that I'm used to using. It's just that I've got my bin on the opposite side. It's the bin that's the awkward one. It's not the glue. I place the bin on my trash bin on the other side, the opposite side to where I need it. It's just that I just didn't want it in the way of when I walk. Well, that's something I may get used to, or I may have to just bring it over. So again, just adding these in, because I've only got 4, so So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a bit like a square, really. And I'm placing them on top. There's no, again, it's just to balance them out. I'm just moving everything underneath. Just to incorporate things that I've got. I've got all of the shakibi leaves still on single picks. They'd be the good filler as we're going around, because this, I flattened this, not intentionally. And again, I've got the hops, and I've got more than I need. So I want to place in our berries. They're going on top as well. I want those to be seen. So what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even numbers. So again, I may bring some on the outer side as well. Yeah, 4 on top, 4 on the outside. Just to balance it and give it that lovely feel. I keep leaning on here and flattening it. I'll sort that out when we get nearer to the end. Place that one there. So then again, in between where I've placed these, that one, I'll place one there, so on, all around. Just to take that around there. So I've got berries on the outside. So there, 1, 2, so here. There, and one more just under here. So that's all of those in. And again, I've got these are from the cosmos, the leaves from the cosmos. They will add a different texture. I may not use that. I may leave that aside. So I may just use the hops. Or do I add in that for a different colour as well? Some of that, I think that might be jasmine. I'm not sure. I don't think I want that in. It's too heavy. So, who's that, Benji? Who is it? Is that my husband? It isn't it? So yeah, I think I'm gonna just use these and maybe some of these shakibi leaves for filler and a couple of the mojo. Let's put the salal in and get that out the way, because there's only 2 leaves of those. So let's get the salal. So where's that bit I keep flattening? So we're going to bring that here. So there's a lot of greenery, guys. I don't mind that because I love greenery. I love the colour green. But I'm working with what I had. You know, as I said, these are leftovers in my bucket. So I'm having to create something with what was left over. So I'm going to bring this one here as well. So right opposite. Caught something. That's better. So that is those. So do I place in our hops or this? I'll place in this. I may have to put this on picks as well, just to maybe spread it a little bit further, or cut it down, because you can cut this down. Isn't that pretty? That's absolutely delightful. So I've got 3 here. 1. Bring a bit of light colour here, I think is needed. So 1, 2. Or do I place 1 here as well? And then bring another one down here, make it 4. Move this up a little bit further, somewhere around here. I'm going to try and make it quite full. And then bring 1 here. Let's just stand above it. Yeah, that's okay. It's not looking too cluttered, as I say. So I will move and manipulate things so it doesn't look too cluttered and it's hiding nicely within and just slightly popping out. Bring those back in like so. I'll do that with this one. So there's needed something here, as you may see. There's nothing really here of any colour apart from up here. So I'm going to do that here. Bring that in there. Hi, hon. Look.
Hello.
And then do that one with this one here as well. There. It's just to give off that lovely light coloured foliage, so it's not all too dark. Let's bring those white flowers up. And we've got just to add those in. Hello, Benji. Hello. So I've got 2 left here. Now I can place these on the outer side. Again, let's use them. Let's get them out the way so we haven't got, or I could even, if I wish, bring them on the inside, because on the outside I may see a couple of spaces I want to place. Let's have a look. I think here's needing something. So that's 1. So let's just turn around and here. Let me just replace it, guys. And that's there. So we've got those in. Shift your body. Go on your bed. Good boy. Who's a good boy, Benji? Yes. You're fabulous. So now we've got the hops. What are they? Flowers. And these have got a lot of foliage on. So again, these will help. So you can bring those just in here. Or choose the ones that haven't got too much foliage on. Just take that off. I don't know. Sticky. If we choose, put that one on the outer side. Actually, if that's got an extra one on, let's add it to the one what's not got any. Like so. Like that. So what I'm going to do with the hops, I'm going to bring one here. Again, it's like a green flower. Let's use that. Let's have a look. I think one's needed here. I could actually bring them all on the inside under the floral here and just place them there. We'll see as we go along, because we may. I don't think I'm going to place any more of these in. I think I've got enough foliage in. I don't need more. So we'll place those to the side as well. I'll definitely just place these in to give a little bit different texture. I'm wondering if... No, I was going to think of adding something. I'll bring these around the side, whatever's left. But I'm going to sort of like... I may not put all these in the centre. I want to just see where they're needed. Somewhere like here, there's nothing. There's no... you know, anything to set it off, the floral. So we're going to add that in because there's just mainly foliage around here. So I'm going to add it in. And just give these flowers a little bit of green hops to be sat around. And I'm bringing the leaf up to the top to also do the coverage of the wreath. And again, I want one here. It's for the same. Bring that little bit of green floral there. Let's put this one under this. That one here. There, and that little in there. Do I bring 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, one more. And I'm going to bring that one under here. That's not gone in right. Bring that there. So that's all the hops around there, and I'm going to be bringing some of this in because it is quite green. So bring some of this lighter grey foliage. I've got 2 left of these. I'm going to bring these, one here and maybe one up here, just on the outside to fill in those gaps. Just a little bit of gap that I can see where there doesn't seem really much. Fill that in, that's perfect. And then there's one here. And we'll just bring that there as well. So then now, last of all, we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So let's see. Again, I'm cutting these to go around where I've just put the hops. I want a bit, if we can see them, lighter colour in there. I mean, you could use lamb's ear if you've got any spare lamb's ear in your leftovers. You know, if you've got a lot of green, just lamb's ear to brighten it up a little bit. Just set that green off. I need something here. Bring one in here as well. I'm going to bring one here. Just add something. There. Right, so that is our tutorial on how to use your leftover florals and foliage, and what you could create, if I show you here, out of your leftovers, something beautiful. And plus it will also use your leftovers up, so you don't have to use fresh new stems, and you can still create something beautiful. I think that's wonderful. I could place these in, I think, because that's got no colour, I may, oh, that, is it not? No, I'm not going to touch it. So these is what I had left over. I could easily place more foliage in, but I don't. I've got plenty of foliage in. I could easily place some more shakibi leaves in around the side, but I don't want to. I think it's more than enough. It's quite full and it's looking beautiful. And again, that could easily, you know, somebody could easily spot that and it'd be pleasing to the eye, and look absolutely stunning. So I'm going to place it on the easel, and I'm going to bring the video up. And then we'll have a look at it as it sits on our easel. Right, I may actually have to just place in the odd shakibi leaf, because I can just see just a little bit of gap what I'd like covered. One. Two. There we have it. So I'm going to turn it that way. Just get rid of the mess. Let me just bring the camera up. Bring it across here. So let's have a look. Look at Benji. He's smiling, look. So let's just, oh, this camera just goes down on its own. There we have it. So guys, that is excuse me, our fabulous project today, by using all your leftovers that when you've made your own arrangement, and you've got the odd bit of flower, you know, a couple of stems of flowers, or, you know, just maybe one stem, and if it's, you know, and some foliage, oddments of foliage, you can incorporate them within your arrangement, and you can create something fantastic. Excuse me. Isn't that wonderful? Now, and these are all cut from stems that I did other projects with, and these are what's left from them stems, and I placed them in their own bucket. And again, I knew I had to go through it. I knew it needed to be sorted. So I said to my husband, I'm going to make a wreath, I says, using leftovers, to give you some idea and hopefully inspire you to go through your leftovers and to see what scraps you've got left and create something fabulous. And I know you all can do it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. I know my bucket of scraps has gone really well far down now, so that's good. That's an advantage. And so, and I will put this up for sale, and I can, you know, it will get, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll still get sold, and somebody, you know, will love it. So please subscribe, share and like to everybody who you know. To me and Benji, you know, we're asking you kindly, you know, please, you know, just share it to your friends and family, just so, you know, my business gets recognised, and I climb up that ladder, as we say, to the near the top with all the other floral designers. So when you're looking for something, my name will pop up amongst with all the other wonderful designers. So Again, give it a go, guys. Have a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. And probably Benji will too. So, bye for now. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye. So let's just go through. Look at it. Isn't he adorable? Let's just go through. There's a lovely little bellflower. Aren't they divine? They remind me a little bit like Morning Glory. There's a beautiful, beautiful rose. The cream-coloured rose with the pink in the centre. Then you've got your wonderful foxglove. And I'm sure this is maybe jasmine or something like that. And this is part of the mixed foliage bunch. Some of your seed heads here. You've got your silver dollar eucalyptus, your cosmos, your ficus here as well, and your thistles, your spiky fern, and your other fern that we've used in here as well, and your hops that we've got, your sage leaves at the back. Oh yeah, these nearly forgot. These are lovely, aren't they? Gorgeous. You know what? It's a pity I didn't have any more. I would have spread them around because I love these. Oh gosh, what did I say there were? There was dahlias. Yes, there was dahlias. And I think that's it, guys. And Benji's just as... Oh, and then we put these in from the cosmos. The leaves from the cosmos as well. And then our shakibi leaves also. So Benji's as bad as my cat. He likes to get in on it, look. Say hello, Benji. Say hello. Yes. Hello. Say hello to the world. You're now my little friend. Right. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to take him for a little walk. He needs it. So, oh, look, he heard that. And give him another treat. I can't help it. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.